Hey there, folks. Oh, hang on a second. What's my hair doing here? What's my hair doing? What's my hair doing? Hey there, folks. My name is Daizoren, and you'll notice something's a little bit different this week. Marv's gone. Actually, Marv just couldn't record at the same time that I could, so unfortunately, this will not be an episode of MonDaiz. It would be just a normal MonDaiz, but I'm on the green screen, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put something up, I guess. But anyway, we were gonna talk about E3 together, but so much stuff happened at E3 that I don't need to have a second person to carry a conversation on this one, because I am super excited. Gaming, like, this E3 was probably better than any E3 I've ever seen ever in the history of existence. So I'm super excited to go through that. But first, I have to address something else, which is also absolutely incredible and amazing. And that is that we hit 2,500 subscribers. That is right, we are at a quarter of 10,000. This is a number I never thought we would reach. Ever. It's not like anything I ever thought would happen ever in the history of this channel. I never thought that it would take off in the way that it has. Obviously, you can say, oh, Kyle, you've been doing it for over 2 years and 2,500 is not that big of a number compared to some of the other YouTubers who are huge now. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that. Like, 2,500 subscribers to me is absolutely crazy. That's such a huge number. And I know that obviously, you know, this channel hasn't picked up the speed that someone like Jacksepticeye or Markiplier or PewDiePie or any of the bigger YouTubers has gotten, and that's fine though. Jack and I actually both entered the same PewDiePie competition that got him the shout out. Like, we both were in that. We both were trying to get shout outs for that. And you know, it's fine like that. I'm so happy that he got a shout out because he deserved it. He has an amazing channel and it's awesome. And to see this channel, like our channel, it is our channel. I have to say that our channel get to 2,500 subscribers is amazing to me. It's a huge number. It means a lot to me that you guys feel that it's worthy of your time and watching the videos and commenting, and we have such a good community here now, which is just absolutely awesome. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for 2,500 subscribers. Because we hit this milestone, I wanted to do something really special for it, and it's something that at least a few, if not several of you, have actually asked of me. And I've really wanted to do it, but I've never really known how to do it. I still don't really know, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Numerous people have asked me to do gaming with subscribers, and I really wanna do that. I really do. I think it's a great way for all of us to finally interact in a way that's not just through YouTube comments. So I was looking at how I could do it, and I came around to the idea of free-to-play game or something that everybody has access to, everything, you know, something that anybody can play that would be easy to pick up, you don't have to pay for, and it is online multiplayer. So we're gonna try some free-to-play games on PC, and you guys will, in the link or in the description, there will be a link to a survey that you guys can take. I grabbed a couple of free-to-play games that I know of, and it's just a little survey you can take. You can choose one of the ones that I've already picked, or if you have an idea for a free-to-play game that we could play, put it in the other section. You can specify what game, and basically based on those responses, I think we'll either narrow it down or we'll find out what game people would like to play. Some of them are graphically intensive games, so that's why I chose some others that aren't quite so graphically intense. I know Team Fortress 2 doesn't require a whole lot these days. Monday Night Combat's not too insane. Smite, I don't really know a whole lot about. But I do know World of Tanks isn't too bad. Hawken and PlanetSide 2 both require pretty hefty GPUs to run them. So if you guys have other suggestions for a free-to-play online multiplayer game that has chat, so that we can actually talk to each other, you can select other, and then you can put it in the please specify selection as well. Because I want to get as many of you involved as possible. So if you guys have suggestions, go to the link in the description, take the survey, put in your suggestion or choose one of the ones that's been pre-selected, and we will get this working as soon as we can. I really am super excited for this. I want to be able to play with you guys. I think it would be a lot of fun, and I think it'd be a great way for us to finally have a little bit more conversation with each other rather than just commenting. So so that is that bit of business. Okay. Oh man, it's been such a good week. Like this has been a great week for me, for gaming. I'm so excited. E3 this year completely blew my mind. So where do I even begin? Okay, let's go conference by conference, because I think that's the only way I'm gonna be able to do this. Bethesda, they showed off Doom, and it looked really cool. I am super excited to play Doom. It looks like it has a little bit of inspiration from Brutal Doom, which I'm super excited to see because I love Brutal Doom. I will be playing more of Brutal Doom, by the way. Just letting you know that now. I will be playing more Brutal Doom as soon as I can get around to it. It looks crazy. It looks awesome. I'm hoping... Like, it looks like it's going to be much more action-oriented, but I hope that they still have little bits, pieces here and there, kind of like Doom 3 with, like, the horror section, because I really liked Doom 3. I think they did a great job making a game that is both really action-oriented while also being really horror-oriented. So if we can get that balance going again with this new Doom, I'll be super happy. Fallout 4. Oh my god. Oh my god, Fallout 4. Fallout 4 is going to take over my life. Like, Fallout 4 looked amazing. I really want that Pip-Boy, by the way. So they showed off a custom Pip-Boy that is a life-size version that you can put on your arm, put your phone into it. They have an app that will replicate the game, and you could literally have a second screen experience where you would, like, do all your stats and everything that's normally in the pause menu on your hand, which is just a cool idea. It's so awesome. The Pip-Boy itself apparently can fit a numerous variety of phones, which is really nice. It comes with little foam padding things that will change the size. Super exciting. I loved Fallout 3. Fallout was an amazing game. I think I put like 70 hours into that game. So I can see, especially with everything they're adding into Fallout 4, I'm not gonna come out of my apartment. Like, I'm just gonna be in here creating a town and maintaining a town and putting up sentry guns and putting up power, and like it's like every strategy game ever put into one. Like, it looks amazing and it sounds amazing and everything about it is just awesome. So I'm super excited for that. Okay, so we'll move on to Microsoft. Now, I know the biggest thing, I know a lot of people went really apeshit over Microsoft announcing backwards compatibility, which is awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad to see backwards compatibility making a return, because when I think it was Xbox 360, when they started saying that they weren't going to do backwards compatibility, they were just going to use emulation and it wasn't going to be a great service. I kind of got a little disappointed by that because, well, for two reasons. One, obviously I have a whole bunch of games. I'm going to have to keep all my old game systems to keep them running and do it that way. Or two, they're going to re-release games onto the 360 there for Xbox, and you have to pay for them a second time. I hate that. I don't think that that's fair. I think if you own the game, you should be able to have access to it on multiple platforms if you paid for it. That's fair use in my opinion. If you have spent your hard-earned money on a game and you want to play it on a platform that's a next generation forward because you want to get rid of the old one, then you should be able to. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. That's my personal perspective and philosophy on it. I think it's fair use that way, but I know it's not technically fair use in the legal sense. But so backwards compatibility is awesome. It's great to hear that that's going to be getting brought to the Microsoft platform. ReCore, which is being made by the people who made Metroid Prime, are making this game ReCore. The trailer looked really cool. I'm super excited to see what that ends up being like, because Metroid Prime was really cool. And considering that I love Metroid and I want a Metroid game, this might be the next thing, closest thing. So I'm excited to see what happens with that game. Rise of the Tomb Raider. I loved Tomb Raider. I'm so excited to play the next installment. Tomb Raider made such a great comeback with the last title, so I'm excited to see what they do with the next one. In the trailer or the gameplay they showed off in the winter, it looked really cool. Gears of War 4. I liked the Gears of War series. I thought it was a fun game. Story was pretty weak, but it was a nice, kind of mindless action game that me and my friend, who was also my roommate in college, we would play it all the time. We played co-op on that all the time. So it's cool to see Gears of War making a return. Also, Gears of War Ultimate Edition was confirmed, which will be HD, well, I guess up-resing? Remastering, kind of like Last of Us Remastered. Basically that being brought to Xbox One. It's also coming to PC apparently, so I might actually end up getting that. So that was pretty much most of Microsoft. EA teased Mass Effect Andromeda, which I was super psyched, and then they didn't really show anything, and I was just like, oh, damn it. Because Mass Effect is like one of my favorite game series. It's actually my favorite storyline across multiple games is Mass Effect. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Love that story. It is my favorite story across multiple games. So I'm excited to see what happens with this Mass Effect Andromeda, but I wanted to see some more. I didn't want just a teaser like that. I feel like they didn't really show off a whole lot of it. Need for Speed's getting a reboot, and it doesn't look good to me, but they all have these really bad storylines. I'm like, why do I care about story in a game about racing? I just want to race, which is why I liked Hot Pursuit a lot by Criterion. They made a great game. That was a lot of fun. Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Yes. Loved Mirror's Edge. It's a great game. Absolutely fantastic. And I'm super excited to see more hardcore parkour. Battlefront. Battlefront looked freaking gorgeous. And I felt like I was in a Star Wars movie just watching it. It was so cool to watch that. So another game I'm super like I said, this E3 was amazing. Every single conference had something that was just, oh my god, I want that. This is gonna be such a fun game. Super excited for that one. Ubisoft showed off South Park, the sequel, which is Something But Whole. It's a funny title, and I really laughed at it. I have not played Stick of Truth. I really want to, and I have to get around to it at some point. I know Marv played through it, and he seemed to really enjoy it from what he said. Trials Fusion expansion. Trials, unfortunately, seems to have gone downhill for me. I loved Trials Evolution. Trials Evolution, I think, was the peak of the Trials series. It wasn't super easy tracks. It was all about really challenging the player. They had some absolutely amazing level design. So this crazy Trials Fusion expansion thing, I'm not super excited for. If it really kicks up the difficulty, I might give it a shot, because Trials Fusion hasn't challenged me yet, and I've bought 2 of the DLCs, I think, and neither of them were that challenging. I really want a challenging Trials Fusion. And the Trials community is amazing. They make some really great maps, but the developers themselves seem to be kind of pulling it back a bit, so it's not as difficult, which I want it to be. Give me more difficulty, Red Links. Come on, bring it. Give me a challenge. What? I'd drop my mic if I could. The Division. They showed off Rainbow Six Siege, Assassin's Creed, which I don't care about anymore. They did show off Trackmania, which I do like Trackmania. It's a fun game. And then Ghost Recon Wildlands, which just looked like The Division. I don't know how to tell the difference between those two games, so you guys will have to inform me on that one. Now we get to Sony. The conference that I think everybody is talking about, the conference that everybody kind of says won E3 this year, Sony opens their freaking conference with The Last Guardian. Oh my god. I love Shadow of the Colossus. It's one of my favorite games. And I actually have the Eco Shadow of the Colossus HD collection that I will hopefully play at some point for this channel. I really want to play through those. especially now that this has been announced, I want to get through them before The Last Guardian comes out. So The Last Guardian is coming out on PS4, and it looks awesome. It looks like a game that I would enjoy so much. So that's how Sony opens their conference, and everyone's just like, "Oh my god, Last Guardian!" Like there's nothing that can top that. Just you wait. Sony has quite a conference for you. They announced a new Hitman coming. The Killzone creators reveal Horizon Zero Dawn, Street Fighter 5, and then they had No Man's Sky come back on. I love No Man's Sky. I'm super excited for that game. I want to play it so bad. And I keep saying, once No Man's Sky comes out, my channel is just going to turn into a No Man's Sky channel, and that's all I'm going to do. It's not true. I'm just joking. But there's going to be a lot of No Man's Sky footage. Just warning you now. So, yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm super excited to just explore, have a good time, and just see what's out there. It's going to be really cool. Okay. So then, we get this trailer that starts out. Everyone's just kind of like, "What's this? I don't know what this is." It's a really dark trailer. It looks really kind of, you can't see what all really is going on. It looks like a lot of close-ups and a lot of really crazy, what's going on? I can't see. I don't know what this is. And then like the text starts coming up, or the voiceover saying like, you know, whatever, they're coming back. And that's when you see it zoom out a little bit more. You can see the Buster Sword. And everyone starts going, no, they can't be doing it. And everyone's kind of like freaking out a little bit, but kind of cautious, because we've been here before when they announced that Final Fantasy VII was getting its PC port put to PS4. People were freaking out a little bit about that, and then it ended up being a disappointment. So people are kind of cautious. They're kind of like, "Oh my god, okay, let's not freak out quite yet. We don't want this to be like last time. Okay, let's stay calm." And then across the screen, remake, and the crowd goes fucking wild, myself included. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Oh my god, that's so awesome. I'm so excited for that game. So I think I've said this before. I've never beaten a Final Fantasy game. In Final Fantasy VII, I have a vendetta against, because that fucking game, I got all the way to the last final boss and I couldn't beat him. And I was like 12 years old or whatever, however old I was. And I tried so hard. I tried everything and I couldn't beat him. So I never beat him. And then my save got wiped, and so I have to start all over again, which is why I've wanted to do a Final Fantasy VII playthrough, because I have this kind of, like, I have this incentive. I have to finish that one. At least Final Fantasy VII. I have to finish that one more than any of the other games, because I was there. So at some point, I'll be doing a playthrough of Final Fantasy VII. Actually, I'm hoping I can get started on that sometime soon, to be honest. Hoping. Gonna try. So Final Fantasy VII Remake. People lose their shit. People lose their mind. Mind has been blown. Sony, you have my money. You have it. I'm gonna get a PS4 now. I'm convinced I'm getting a PS4. Maybe not this year, but I'm getting a PS4. So everyone's just like, Sony wins. There's nothing else they can do. They're done here. They've fucking stomped out the competition. Everything's done. Every fanboy is now pleased. Not quite. Not yet. And Sony knows this. Guy comes out. He's like, "Oh, I'm super excited to announce, Final Fantasy VII the remake after so much demand for it." Now, Kickstarter's been a great thing for a lot of people, and this next developer has wanted to make a game for a very long time, and we wanted them to announce their Kickstarter here on our stage. And the lights dim, and all of a sudden, I'm at home, I'm sitting here in this seat, and all of a sudden, I hear very familiar music. Music I haven't heard in 14 years. Well, I mean, I have listened to it since then, but music that I hadn't really paid much attention to in 14 years. The music for this game starts playing. I love this game. This is one of my top 10 favorite games of all time. It is in my top 10. And you know, this is a game that was the largest budget for a video game in history, before GTA 4 took over as the biggest budget, and it's been top since then. But this game was amazing. It had such an intricate story. It was an open world experience like no other back in the day. And to this day, it's still one of the most iconic games I've ever played, and I love it so much. So they start playing the music from it, and I freaked out. I literally pushed myself away from my desk, covered my face, and just screamed. And I mean, I'll admit, I cried. I got tears in my eyes. I was so excited to see that. And then Yu Suzuki, the creator of Shenmue, walks out and says, you know, that Shenmue 3, I'm happy to announce, Shenmue 3 is coming to Kickstarter. They count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the Kickstarter's live. I just get on my computer and just type in Kickstarter. The website crashed because everybody was going to go donate to Shenmue 3. And that makes me so happy. I am so excited to finally get to play the next installment in the Shenmue series. I have waited so long. You have no idea. Well, yes, you do. 14 years. 14 years. And now it's finally gonna come to fruition, because they reached their goal in less than 12 hours, in less than 9 hours. It was $2 million they were asking for. It ended up actually being kind of, they were doing it to see what kind of interest the game would have. Sony will be apparently helping fund the game now, which honestly, people are getting upset about it. I don't care. I really don't give a shit. I just want to see the end of this. I want to know what happens. You have no idea. Unless you've played this game and you understand it, you have no idea. I'm so excited. This right here is my E3. This is what brought me to the conclusion that this was the best E3 ever. Like, this right here is all I needed. Completely, like, I had to get my inhaler. I was hyperventilating. I'm not kidding. There's a video a funny video online of what's his name, Huber from Game Trailers, the announcement of Shenmue 3. That's me. That was my reaction as well. So watch that video. You'll get the gist of it. So this E3 like just broke me. It's the best thing ever. What else did they show at Sony? I don't care. Aside from that, though, other small things, Nintendo. Oh, Star Fox Zero looks very cool, and that one looks really cool. And then Metroid is getting a multiplayer game, which I didn't see coming, and I'm kind of disappointed because I really want a Metroid game. I want a normal Metroid game. Nintendo, make like a 2.5D Metroid game, or a 2D sprite Metroid, Super Metroid U game. I'll buy a Wii U. But it's clear that they're very much more into making games for the DS or the 3DS now. I think that they might be going way more into the mobile market because the 3DS is so successful. So anyway, I have been rambling for so long. I've been rambling for a half hour. Okay, I need to calm down. I need to calm down, and I need to wrap this up, because this is a very long vlog and a very long episode of MonDaiz. I apologize. What are your thoughts on E3 this year? What blew your mind? What disappointed you, if anything? I really wasn't that disappointed this year. There was so many good announcements. I'm happy for like the next 5 years. I'm in such a good mood. What excited you about E3? What disappointed you about E3? What are you looking forward to? I want to know. And then also, don't forget, 2,500 subscriber Let's Play together. So again, in the description, there is a link. Should be a SurveyMonkey link. Click that. Click a game that you want to play, vote, or choose other and put in a game of your choice. Let me know what games you guys want to play. If you want to actually put maybe even a comment down below to let me know what you chose, so that, or if there's a suggestion you want to make, you can put that down there too, and I read all the comments anyway, so it's okay. Yeah, thank you guys so much for 2,500 subscribers. This has been an amazing week in gaming. I can't get over this. I can't get over that this is getting... I'm so happy. I'm going to be doing a playthrough of this and the second one. I have the Japanese copy, but I also have the American Xbox copy. So I'll be going through the American Dreamcast copy and the American Xbox copy for the second game. So you guys can look forward to that as well. Basically, I went crazy on my Facebook page, which again is always linked in the description. But I was just like, gameplay playthroughs I'm gonna do solely because of E3 this year. Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, Shenmue 2, and Final Fantasy 7. All 5 of those games. I'm gonna do playthroughs of all of those just because of the hype from this year. So anyway, I've been rambling for long enough. I'm sorry. So thank you guys again for 2,500 subscribers. It's been a crazy week. It's been an amazing week. And hopefully it's just all uphill from here, because this has been great. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. You guys will make this channel happen, and I thank you very much for that. And I will catch you in the next video.